in in certain situations. And if Picard doesn't have that resource, if he just has like, just kind of fill in ensigns in the different roles, like that might be a more interesting exercise. But I think they want to split the crew a little bit, more evenly here to make it more of a two-team situation. Riker then says, you can see here that, Data in that first officer chair. Riker just is, it's okay, man. You're sitting in my seat, but it's all cool. He goes, I'd like to ask for one more member of my the team, Riker says to Picard. He says, who do you want? I want Wesley Crusher. If you don't mind, if you can spare him. And I think Picard's a little nervous, but he's like, okay, as long as he's tucked in at night, he'll be okay. And so they're off to the thing. Can't remember what this interact. Oh, this is where Riker challenges Korami to a game of Is it stratagema? Is that what they call it?
I think so.
Stratagema. Of course, Kolrani, like a grand champion, like one of the best. Like it's some kind of version of chess or something. I don't know, but and Kolrani's like, I'll humor you, like an inferior opponent. Maybe those can be kind of interesting. It would just be whatever. Riker's just kind of.
I love this still. Riker's like, oh God. I can't handle this guy. He's so obnoxious.
Karami comes from a hot planet. That explains why his face is melting. Yeah, that's a So there's this conversation in the corridor between Geordi and Riker where they're talking, just about how Riker's going to face him. He's like, so you're going to try to beat him, right? He goes, well, I'll try, but I'm not going to beat him. Like Riker's content that he's going to lose, but he likes the challenge, right? And he's like, what do you, are you going to, he's not he's trying to manage his expectations, but Geordi's like, well, you got to try to get in there. And then we get to see this game for the first time, really, in person. I don't think we ever see it again that I can recall, but it is interesting where, you need an assistant to help you, I guess, put all them on your individual fingers, that's like, on both sides, like Worf doing it here for Riker, Troy doing it for Kolrani.
It's like being your second in battle. I'll put your fingies on for stratagema.
Right.
It is an honor to apply the finger milkers.
Yes. Now Worf says, well, hey, like, nobody expects you to win here, but you have to get to like level 6 or, the pool will be over. He's like, what if I don't? I will be irritated by it.
I will be irritated.
If you do not get to the sex level. I don't think Riker does that. I think Worf was irritated, for the record.
And look, Pulaski in the background ready to talk some shit.
Right, yeah, Pulaski's like, yeah, so she's already starting to like, what about Data? Hey, Data, could you try it? Why don't you challenge him? And Data's like, doesn't have that ambition, right? He's like, well, why would I bother? He's, but Pulaski's like, Pulaski says, we need to take this guy down a peg, a little bit.
Because when someone is that smug, you occasionally have to deflate them just a little.